This is section 6.6, the factor theorem. Our objective today is I can determine factors of a polynomial. The binomial x minus r is a factor of the polynomial p of x if and only if p of r equals 0. The factor theorem can be used to determine whether a binomial is a factor of a polynomial. It can also be used to determine all of the factors of a polynomial. Example: use the factor theorem. Determine whether x minus 5 is a factor of x cubed minus 7x squared plus 7x plus 15. Then find the remaining factors of the polynomial. Hint: the binomial x minus 5 is a factor of the polynomial if 5 is a zero of the related polynomial function. We're going to use the factor theorem and synthetic division to be able to figure this out. So, using synthetic division, we're going to do what we've done before. So we're going to have x minus 5, set it equal to 0, and then we know that x is going to be equal to 5. So 5 is going to go in our upper box, and then we're going to write out each piece of our polynomial that we have. So we have 1x cubed, negative 7x squared, 7x, and 15. And now we're going to do synthetic division. In order for this to be a factor, we need this number right here to be 0 when we get to the end. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll bring our 1 down. 5 times 1 is 5. Negative 7 plus 5 is negative 2. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. 7 plus negative 10 is negative 3. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. And 15 plus negative 15 is 0. So yes, x minus 5 is a factor. And they also want us to determine what the other factors are. So now that we know one factor, we're able to do that. So we're going to use that first factor that we've already determined is actually a factor, x minus 5. And we're going to go ahead and write what we've come up with down at the bottom. Because if we multiply those back together, that's going to give us our original equation. So x minus 5 is just a factor that we pulled out. And now we have 1x squared minus 2x minus 3. And we want to go ahead and factor this all the way down. So if we do that, if we factor x squared minus 2x minus 3, we need two numbers that multiply to negative 3 and add to negative 2. So if we come up with that, we're going to have our x minus 5 still. And then for our two factors that we're going to end up coming up with, we'll have x and x. And we know that negative 3 times 1 is going to give me negative 3, and negative 3 plus 1 is going to give me that negative 2. So our final answer for the factors is x minus 5 times x minus 3 times x plus 1. In example 2, we're supposed to show that x minus 2 is a factor of x cubed minus 7x squared plus 4x plus 12. So let's go ahead and start by figuring out what needs to be in my upper left-hand box. So if we set x minus 2 equal to 0 and add 2 to both sides, we're going to end up with x equals 2. So 2 is going to go in my box. Then I need to write out each piece of my polynomial. I have 1x cubed, negative 7x squared, 4x, and 12. So if I go ahead and bring my 1 straight down, I'm going to have a 1. Then I'm going to have 2 times 1, which gives me 2. Then I'm going to have negative 7 plus 2, which gives me negative 5. Then 2 times negative 5 gives me negative 10. Then 4 plus negative 10 is negative 6. Then 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. And then 12 minus 12, or 12 plus negative 12, gives me 0. So now we can say that we've shown the first part. So we've shown that x minus 2 is a factor because we ended up with the 0 as the remainder. And now we need to find all the other factors. So we know that one factor is x minus 2. We just showed that. And then we're going to rewrite this piece that we got. So we're going to have x squared minus 5x minus 6 that we need to break down. So if we do that, we know that our two numbers need to multiply to negative 6 and add to negative 5. So if we have negative 3 and 2, negative 3 times 2 is going to give us negative 6, but negative 3 times 2, or plus 2, does not add up to negative 5. So let's try a couple different numbers. If we have negative 6 and 1, negative 6 times 1 equals negative 6, and negative 6 plus 1 equals negative 5. So our factors are x minus 2, x minus 6, and x plus 1.